Hello, beautiful butterflies, and welcome back to the channel. This is D and D Tarot, and I am here with a collective message. We're going to be asking God, the highest power, our creator. All right. If you don't believe, that's perfectly fine. All right. No judgment here. We're going to be asking what's up, what we need to know, what's going on. Let's see. Ooh. All right, so we have the Queen of Cups, the Five of Pentacles. Don't look at these cards too hard, okay? I spilled some water on them, so they're a little raggedy, but they still work. Five of Pentacles, the Moon. I still love them. They're still the cutest little cards I've ever had. So, the Eight of Swords. I feel like we're kind of trapped in our head a little bit, maybe about the future, a little bit of anxiety about what's happening next. Spirit's really asking everyone that's viewing this video to tap into your emotions, okay? Tap into the feminine energy that you have within you, whether male, female, it does not matter. But tap into tap into the love, all right? Maybe do an unconditional love guided meditation, listen to some subliminals, or do a self-love guided meditation. Maybe even do a higher self, connecting with higher self, connecting with divine feminine energy, whether male or female. I'm sure there's a video out there or a meditation that is guided that will, suit whichever need you might have, okay? I just feel like emotionally, Spirit's really asking you to maybe even journal or write down some of the things that you're experiencing, even if you feel like they're not your emotions or you feel like they're not your energy. If you guys are psychics or identify as tarot readers or spiritualists, anything like that, you're definitely tapped into intuitive messages at this time. You're getting a lot of downloads, a lot of channeled messages, but I feel like you're getting them in a different way than you usually do. Maybe you're someone, let's say if you're clairvoyant, right? You're hearing things now, right? You're becoming clairaudient. Let's say if you're clairaudient, you're becoming claircognizant. I feel like your spiritual gifts are growing if you are on the spiritual side, but then also I feel like you're tapped in to vibrational frequencies in a different way than you usually are used to. All right, so it might be very scary, or it might be very daunting, or it might feel like we're off path or we're not where we're supposed to be. But also at the same time, I feel like that's how it's supposed to be feeling, because Spirit's wanting you to trust in yourself, trust in your own emotions, trust in your own intuition. And I feel like, especially for spiritual people, okay, the message is going to drift in a second, but for my spiritual people, if you are on this path, it is for a reason that you have to learn how to decipher what's yours and what's not yours, right? Emotionally, energetically, especially if you're someone that wants to do Reiki or energy healing or tarot reading or divination or palm reading, anything of the sorts, right? Professionally or for other people, for friends, for family, anything like that, it's happening for a reason, okay? So don't get discouraged. All right, I feel like a lot of you might be getting a little nervous or discouraged, not just for my spiritual people. If you have a business in general, I feel like someone here makes art, all right, or someone here is very creative. Someone here is very, what is the word? Egocentric, but in the way of how they create is different. All right, you have a different way of creating art. So maybe your art is very egocentric, or the way you express yourself could be that way. I don't know. It's just some type of energy where it's just very electrifying, okay? It's very magnetic. It's very alluring. It's giving that energy of, what's that song by Borns? Electric Love. Struck by your electric love. Yeah, I feel like that's the energy, okay? Not just now, but like your energy in general is like, honestly, go listen to that song because it's a motherfucking bop. What was that from too? I picked that song up from a movie. I think it was Nerve. Is that the movie? Or Truth or Dare or something like that. It's like a social media game that you enter like anonymously, right? And it dares you to like go do things or whatever. Like, that's the energy. Spirits are wild, and I feel like you're someone that really doesn't like to maybe go out or get out, right? I'm also getting that energy to watch that movie if you haven't, but there's some symbolism for you in that movie. Okay. Wilden. Okay. But I'm getting this energy too that maybe you're someone that doesn't, or you know, maybe if you do like to go out, it's like not for a long time. You don't like to be seen for a long time or associate your energy with people, places, or things for a long time. I mean, and that makes sense too if you're like psychically gifted. Okay. And then the King of Cups fell out. I feel like I'm not even gonna read this as a oh my god, it's love, all right? But I am getting this energy that you're coming into union with yourself, right? You're coming into union with maybe it's funny because I was watching a reading the other day, and she was talking about she got the Lover's card, and she was talking about what I usually say too when I see the Lover's card, especially when it's by itself and there's not really too many like cups with it. And there's not really too many cups in this spread, right? It's more so like Ace of Wands, the Fool. It is talking about taking a leap of faith, but I feel like it is not with another person. It's more so talking about taking a leap of faith with yourself, okay? With balancing these energies that you have going on around you, okay? Whether they're positive or whether they're not energies that you personally align with or you personally want to maybe work around or be around or whatever that might look like for you. It's better to, how do I explain it? It's better to like manage your own personal, like what you can control rather than what you can't control, right? Because if you spend too much of your energy trying to manage or control things that are obviously out of your control, then it's just going to continuously deplete your energy, right? And you're going to feel like you're not doing enough, and you're going to wonder why you're so tired or why you're so exhausted. And it's just because we're trying to like maybe fix other people's situations, or we're trying to worry about things that don't concern us or really involve us, even though it may feel like it does, because maybe it's like a close friend, or maybe it's a family member, or maybe it's a business that you care about, or you know, the list goes on. It could be numerous things that this is. Maybe it's your friends' art projects that you want to see them succeed on, and they told you, hey, I have this deadline, and you keep trying to push them, hey, remember that you have this deadline, and they are not, like, you know, when people are receptive to stuff like that, it's a little bit different. Like, you can keep pushing and keep trying, but when people are not receptive and it doesn't look like it's being appreciated, and even though like you may be that friend that like is like very caring, right? Like the motherly friends, whether you're male or female, doesn't matter. You have this energy about you that's very parental, right? It's very I want to make sure that you have the best and you're doing the best, and that I've provided you with the best. I feel like you look at all friendships and situations like this. I don't know if that's healthy or not. I'm not a therapist. So maybe if you go to therapy, or if you know about emotions and shit, you can tell me if that's healthy or not, because I don't know. When it comes to like friendships and stuff, I don't know if that's healthy or not. But even if it isn't, I'm just telling you that's what I see in the cards. Like, that's the type of energy that we give out, right? Is that we want the best for everybody that kind of comes into contact with us or is around us. And sometimes people are not receptive to that. So what can you do? Are you going to sit there and, try to move mountains and keep trying to bust down walls that someone just keeps building up constantly, right? And I'm not just talking about like this with like relationships. Like, this could be like, what's another good scenario? Let's say like you're invested in a business opportunity with someone, right? And they say they care about this business opportunity, and they give you the sob story about how much they care about it. They give you the sob story about how much they care about it. And then, when push comes to shove, they're nowhere to be found, right? They leave you to do everything, or they are trying to do as little as possible. It's giving energy. The energy that it's giving is like, when you were in college or high school and you have like those group projects, and there's always that one person in the group that doesn't want to do anything or doesn't want to contribute like at all, or if they do contribute, it's like as little as possible. It's just enough for someone to say, okay, yeah, they did it. That's the energy that this is kind of giving. Okay, I feel like you have people around you that are like that, or maybe you have a opportunity or a business or some type of endeavor around you that's like that, and Spirit's really asking you to not really try to control it, especially if it's revolving around money. Okay, you could be on that like masculine grind. Okay, and I'm not talking about like you're a male, okay, or that this is like, I'm not trying to feed into stereotypes. I'm just saying like you're really tapped into this energy of wanting to go get the bag, right? Really worried about the next move, what's happening next. And Spirit's actually kind of telling you like, hey, let's not worry about what's happening next, because it's kind of preventing for what's happening next to actually happen. If that makes any sense, okay? But you're very close to achieving your goal. My flash went out. I hope you don't mind. And then we have, it's time to take action. That's funny. And then you are good enough. Yeah, so interesting. It's only going to resonate for a few people, okay? It may not resonate for everybody, but you might have people around you that like, or you might just be in an environment or an energy, or just maybe you personally yourself it's either you're around energies and people and places and things that does not think that they're good enough, so that's being projected out onto you, or you yourself believe that you're not good enough, right, to achieve whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, or the next level that you're trying to get to. And Spirit is telling you to change that, all right, or change the environment that you're in that's making you feel that way. And also, if you can't change that environment, take action to try and change that, right? Honestly, for a lot of you, or a few of you, it takes as little as just accepting where you are to change what's coming next, or, to change the scenario, the situation, right? If you accept where you are, it's a lot easier for you to take action and move on to the next. All right, what do I do now? I've accepted it. Let's move past it. Let's go and let's see what I can do next. I'm just hearing, and I'm seeing too with the pentacles in this card, right? Or in this spread, be very weary and very careful about obsessing over going to get the bag and putting all your energy into money, 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 like Mr. Krabs energy, okay? Because there is a bigger picture that's happening here. There is something that's grand scale that you can't see right now because you are like so hyper focused on completing a goal. And Spirit's just asking you, hey, like, let's not be too obsessed over matrix type things, right? Over things that you already have kind of healed from. Let's not obsess over that and start going back to like self-doubt and self-hate and self-depreciation and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, talking to yourself nicely and being more kind to yourself and being this Empress and being the Queen of Cups is what's helped you get where you are. And even though you cannot see the grand scale, the bigger picture, does not mean that you're not doing what it is that you're supposed to be doing. All right? God works in mysterious ways. I have been telling myself, I don't know why, but I keep saying like God has a sense of humor. I've heard that, right? Like on TikTok and stuff. But like I always say like God has a funny way of working. You know, or I won't say I always say that, but I've been saying that recently. Like that's been something that's like been lodged in my brain, right? And I don't know what he's doing. All right, I don't think you guys know what he's doing too. Hopefully the spread makes sense and hopefully it resonates for somebody, but I feel like you guys could be very confused, right? If you are a tarot reader or someone that's into spirituality, then like coming to videos that just don't talk about just like love, 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 love is something that you like, ancestor messages and higher calling and higher self and what your ancestors and what your spirit guides need you to know. All these messages are like what's embedded in you. We like to keep leveling up. You know, you like to keep, it's like giving Princess Peach energy, okay? Which is so funny. You know, it's giving Super Mario's, like it's giving Wii, Nintendo, the red ones specifically, right? It's giving leveling up and traveling the new worlds, right? Like, I don't know why we're talking video games, but like that's the energy, okay? So I'm gonna leave that there for you guys. Hopefully it resonates, and if it doesn't, I just may not be the tarot reader for you. That's okay. But thank you for liking the video, thank you for sharing the video, and thank you for subscribing to the channel, and I'll catch you guys in another one, okay? Thank you. Bye.